seconds. A year before the film got financed, I met Pawan. Pawan called me. We met him. I met him in a cafe, and I just had an idea at that time, a few plot points, and he knew what the climax was going to be. So it was like a 5-minute narration, and I really loved it. I thought it was a great idea. I thought it was something that was not done before. And actually, coincidentally, at the same time, I was working with a friend on panic disorder, and I was writing something. So I told him it's serendipity that you've come to me with a similar topic. So I instantly said yes. And a year later, when he got finance finally, he called me saying that we've got the money and I have the script ready. So he sent me the script and we started work. So my character is called Mehak. She's a painter, lives in Bombay, very independent, liberal, modern, outgoing, and one day something happens to her because of which she develops agoraphobia. Now, agoraphobia is a very extreme form of phobia. Phobia basically is an irrational fear. It's an illness, it's a mental disorder. And in agoraphobia, it's very hard for the patients to confront public spaces or open spaces. And in her case, it's so extreme that she cannot step out of the house. So she really feels that she's safe in the house, and for months she's locked inside. But suddenly, because ours is a thriller, things start going wrong in the house. We did have to do a lot of preparation because when you're trying to show something so sensitive, and also people are not aware of the fact that it's an illness. People are not aware of what agoraphobia is at all. So when you're trying to portray something like that, you have to be very careful that you portray the right things. So we did a lot of research. I knew about it from my childhood. I have known about this illness, but we did a lot of reading, a lot of material we found, and we read that. We saw a lot of video clips of panic attacks, which really helped. We met a psychologist, a particular psychologist, a friend of mine. He helped me. We discussed a lot, and throughout the filming process, if I had ever had any questions, I would call him, and he was always available on the phone. My dad is a neurosurgeon, my mom's a doctor, so both helped me with the whole biological aspect of it. I don't think it's success or failure, it's a process again. It's just that coincidentally last year, a lot of my projects, around 7 of my projects came out. So obviously a lot of attention was given, which is great because this is my first solo Hindi film, which I'm very excited about. So I think it's just a process, you know. Oh, my cup of tea. I drink black tea and I get very cranky if I don't get black tea and breakfast. It's like my fuel. I mean, it's great to be appreciated. I've also got criticism, which is both are great. And again, it's a part of my learning process. It's part of my work process. So, I mean, I've really put a lot of efforts in this film, and I'm very curious to see what people's and critics' reactions are going to be to this film. This is a commercial film. I don't distinguish between commercial and offbeat films, first of all. And secondly, this has all the commercial elements that there need to be. It's a thriller. It makes you really like curious and constantly stressed about what is going to happen. It makes you sit at the edge of your seat and wonder what is going on. So I think it's commercial. I think it is entertaining, and I think it has the right elements. We've really tried to have the balance where we made it accessible, and we've also tried not to compromise too much. A little bit of shoot happened outside. I think we must have shot outside for 3-4 days maybe, but the rest of the days, 28 days, were absolutely in the house. It really helped because it helped me get into the character more, because the character also is constantly like in one space and she doesn't go out, so it really helped. And secondly, you know, when you're shooting at one place, you come in the morning and you start work. There is no time needed for adjusting to the new location. You know every corner of the place, you just know the place so well. Not just you, everybody, every department. I don't remember any particular, we used to play a lot of pranks, but the set wasn't intense or anything. You know, you do your shot, but otherwise you're just fooling around, faffing and chatting and having fun anyway. Any film shoot, I think, is so much fun as long as you're enjoying the work. My style statement is very casual, very simple and very comfortable. When I'm on my own, I wear something that really is loose and comfortable. I don't have a phobia. It's an illness, as I told you. I do not have any kind of phobia, but fear, of course, everybody has fear of innumerous things. So I do have fear about everything, like not everything. I mean, many things, like right from a rat to death to everything. So that's not a phobia though. Well, I have 4 films that need to release this year. One is Bambairia, then it's Kabali releasing very soon. Parched will release, Madly will release internationally hopefully. And there's a film I've just finished shooting for, it's called Ashram, it's an international project. And apart from that, I've done Kriti and Oysters, these are 2 short films, and I'm shooting for a new film called Ghoul from June. It's with Phantom, Ivanhoe and Blumhouse, and will be directed by Patrick Graham. You know, actually I'm really boring. I don't do favorites. I don't have favorites in life because there are so many things and there's so many things you like from each film. It's very hard to have one favorite film. So I really don't have my favorite film, but there's so many films I've really enjoyed. Right from my very first film that I did is a Konkani film called Ghomala Aslahava. I think it's one of the best films I've done. And even recently some of the films I've done, I personally had a ball shooting. It was really good to work with Pawan actually because we clicked, we were on the same page all throughout the shoot. I really like his choices and he really let me collaborate right from the first point. So I was involved, I was given the freedom to do what I wanted, to improvise, to bring my thoughts and my stuff, put it on the table, and we discussed it and we kept improvising stuff even during the filming process. I think change is constant. That's the only thing what is constant. So if you start from where the films started in India and now, they've been changing every decade. So this is a new change now. From the last decade there was some other change. So I think this change is very well welcomed because it's really suited for the kind of work I like. And also female protagonist films, non-issue based female protagonist films are doing well. Last year was a really great year. I hope we have more of them and somewhere we sort of hit the equality bar some point in the coming years. There are lots of reasons why I should watch Phobia. One is that this is a very fresh subject and we haven't made a film on a subject like that. Secondly, people do not know about phobias, so it needs to be spread and the word needs to be spread and people need to know about it because it's a very important thing. Thirdly, it's a thriller. If you like the genre, which I really love, it's not a horror film by the way, it's a psychological thriller. I love the genre because I like the excitement, I like the adrenaline rush. So if you like that, please watch it. I said yes to the film because of the climax of it. So if you want to know what the climax is, please go watch it.